Hello everybody, this is Alma and today I am talking about British Petroleum and the Deepwater Horizon disaster of 2010. The Macondo prospect was located 52 miles south of the port of Venice, Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico. At nearly 5,000 feet below sea level, the well demonstrated great potential for extracting oil but was also somewhat hazardous. The question is, if something is somewhat hazardous, why would a company still choose to do it? I found that drilling in deep water and ultra deep water started to become economically profitable and technically feasible in the mid-2000s. This was due to higher world prices for crude oil and improvements in drilling technology. Now, how did this happen? On the night of April the 20th, a surge of natural gas blasted through a concrete core recently installed by contractor Halliburton in order to seal the well for later use. Once released by the fracture of the core, the natural gas traveled up the Deepwater's rig riser to the platform. The rig capsized and sank on the morning of April the 22nd, rupturing the riser through which drilling mud had been injected in order to counteract the upward pressure of oil and natural gas. Without any opposing force, oil began to discharge into the Gulf. So, what was the problem with this? The impact of the Deepwater Horizon rig explosion and the subsequent Macondo well oil leak was devastating on a number of fronts, the most obvious being the death of 11 crew members and the injuries sustained by another 17. We also have environmental damage from the oil spill, and it was extensive, with 25 national wildlife refuges in its path. Oil was found on the shores of all 5 Gulf states and was responsible for the death of many birds, fish, and reptiles. The total amount of impacted shoreline in Louisiana alone grew from 287 miles in July to 320 miles in late November 2010. The spill also occurred during breeding season for pelicans, shrimps, and alligators, and most other Gulf Coast species. The environmental impact of this disaster was what interested me about this case, but there was also economic damage. The sinking of the Deepwater Horizon rig represented a $560 million loss for Transocean and Lloyd's of London, the insurance company which had underwritten the rig. After reading all of the damage that was done, I was wondering what happened after that. What were the consequences for the company that was responsible for this? And I found that in November of 2012, British Petroleum reached an agreement with the DOJ to plead guilty to 14 criminal charges, among them 11 counts of felony manslaughter and violations of the Clean Water and Migratory Bird Treaty Acts. The agreement carried penalties and fines amounting to more than $4.5 billion, of which nearly $1.26 billion will go to a discretionary fund overseen by the DOJ, some $2.4 billion to the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and $350 million to the National Academy of Sciences. And that was what I wanted to share with you about the Deepwater Horizon oil spill of 2010. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.